Okay, welcome back to another episode, and this is in the prettifying stage, as I like to call it. Nothing particularly important, just to try and make it a little bit more nice. Anyway, the entry door is a bit tatty. It's a bit scratched up. There's a very few holes in it in various places. Doesn't look very nice at all. So I've been on to TEMU again, and I found a roll of this, which is, I can't really tell if you can see that or not. It's like a leatherette finish. It's obviously vinyl of some sort, but it's a leatherette finish, self-adhesive. So I've just taken the door hardware off, a couple of locks up here, main lock there, another one down below that joins the two doors together. And I'm just going to go and trim that up now with a sharp blade and see what it looks like. But I think that's making it look a lot better. Anyway, let me just go and do the trimming and then put the hardware back on, and then we'll see what it looks like and see what you think. But yeah, there weren't a great choice of colours, but I wanted the red to sort of match the orangey colour inside, and I think it looked quite nice. But anyway, let me just finish it up and we'll see what it looks like. Okay, so that's the top one done. I've just got a deadlock to put back up here, and then do the bottom half. As you can see, the difference is dramatic. So yeah, very, very happy with that. When doing this, of course, there's some old screw holes in here, and this is aluminium. So the screws have actually pulled the aluminium out. So in order to fix that, I have a very good tool that we can use for flattening all of that out. Yeah, a hammer. Just gently tapping. There you go, and it brings it all flat. So just doing that over all of them, and then that will give me a nice smooth finish then. It does cover up a few imperfections, but better to try and keep all of the protrusions flattened in order to make it look good. I'm going to work out how to get this bottom cover off as well, because I think I'd like to do behind that. Oh, no, it's a vent actually, not a cover. So I'm going to play around with that a little bit and just to see how that's going to work. But yeah, we'll get the other side done and see what it looks like. But definitely major improvement, so well worth doing. And probably I'll have to check, but I think it was about €5 for a 2 metre long roll, 50 centimetres wide. So I've got plenty, not that I need to use it anywhere else. Right, let me crack on and get this done, and I'll show you what it all looks like. Okay, this is getting a bit picky now, but so these are the deadlocks. The security on the van is actually pretty good. It doesn't have central locking, but it does have deadlocks put on the top and bottom door panels. So I'm going to refit these, but the original owner had just made some spacer blocks for them. They obviously didn't come original, and it's a bit tatty. So I've made up a couple of blocks that I've just painted with the red dye, red lacquer, which will go on there like so, and be a bit more professional looking. No, not professional at all, but anyway, a little bit nicer. Just getting carried away. Anyway, I'm going to put these back on, and that'll just finish off the door. So yeah, just going to show you the finished article in a minute. Okay, so that's the door finished. I've just put the hardware back on. I've still got the vent to do at the bottom, but I just need to find a little set of small stainless steel screws, because they were held on with some sort of plastic clip, which obviously broke as soon as I removed it. They weren't designed to be removable anyway. So I'll get some little stainless steel screws just to put that back in. And I've just added a little document holder there. Just a couple of self-adhesive pads on the top. But yeah, we can put some important documents in there just to keep them handy by the door when we need them. But I am very happy with that. yeah, good job. Right, let's find another job to do. See you soon. So the next little job is to put a cover onto this step. So I've just trimmed the edges with a pair of scissors. This is just an well, you know where it came from. It's one of their mats. So yes, this will go round and strap underneath, and I'll just trim that to size. That's quite nice actually. Be all right for stocking feet, and it looks to be fairly solid for giving a good wash as and when needed. So yeah, I'm just going to sort the straps out now, and it's another little job just to tick off. So the curtains which are going to go between the cab and the habitation area have all been laundered, ironed, ready to go back up. So those will be useful when we're driving, because the air conditioning is just then going to cool the cab area here at the front, as opposed to trying to cool the whole van. In the nighttime evenings, then they'll still be open because we still need the air conditioning up here to cool the van. But I do have those thermal windscreen side window cover that is going to stop too much heat coming in and too much light at night. So that's the theory anyway. So yeah, we'll get these hung up, and then I don't know if I showed you this or not, I can't remember. Anyway, I've got the black and silver awning. Is it an awning? I don't know. Yes, it's an awning that we showed last time, which is a waterproof one. This one is purely for the sun. I don't think this is in any way, shape or form waterproof, but this is just a 2.5 metre by 2.5 metre bohemian style, which my wife likes, awning, tarpaulin, maybe? No, don't know. Anyway, what I have done is, again, from TEMU, I managed to find this edging, which is basically just a plastic rod and then a sandwich of this material, whatever it is, quite solid. So all I did was just made a sandwich of the material, and that runs all the way down one edge. So I'll stick it up now and just show you what it looks like. But that's a nice way of making any material into an awning. And this comes in, I think, in 3 metre lengths, which is plenty long enough for what I needed. So yeah, that is useful. I'll put a link to that one because it's quite hard to find, I think. But anyway, it's on TEMU, very, very cheap, of course. But yeah, if you want to turn any material that you've got into an awning, then that's how to do it. Let me go and show you, put it up anyway. So there it is. It just literally slides up the channel as far as you want it to go. Now this one I have done really so it just covers the front of the van here, and there you can see what it looks like. And then in the back of the van I've got the extendable rods with guy lines, guy ropes, and so literally this is just going to come out and provide us with a little bit of summer colour, a little bit of sun protection just in that area there. The other one is a much longer one which covers the whole side of the van, but this one I didn't want to cover over the window. I just wanted to leave it at the front here, and I think that looks, well, it's my wife's style anyway. Who am I to argue? All right, so we've got two choices, one for the summer sun and then one for more inclement weather. But as you can see at the top, it just slides in there, and yeah, I'm very happy with that. So crack on with the next one. All right, see you soon. Okay, that's the step finished. So it's stuck properly underneath, nice and tight. You've managed to get it a bit dirty already, but yeah, that's not going anywhere. It's not going to slip. Nice and tightly wound on there. and yeah, cheap enough to be replaced in the future if it needs to be. But yeah, I like that. Right, so I'm going to get on now and get these curtains done for the front cab and get that up there. And then just while I'm showing you, we were looking for something to lie on when we're in the bed position. So basically these are 4 cushions that are going to all interlock together over the top of the table, of course. Just a bit worried that the gaps between the cushions are going to be something you can feel. Don't know if that's the case or not. But we found these, which match the tiles, as my wife pointed out. She's into this style. But these were, again, from TEMU. They're padded, they're quite thick. They've got a very good non-slip underneath. I think they were about 30 euros. I've ordered 2 of them. I could have done it in a different style, different pattern, and it would have been a bit cheaper. So of course, my wife chose the most expensive ones. But still, they're only about 30 euros. I think with those laid down over the bed, I think that's going to give us enough comfort there to hide any gaps between the cushions. But we'll be trying it out fairly shortly as we're planning the first visit. I think we're going about 10 kilometres from home. We're going to be there for a couple of nights just to try it out and see how we get on. So make sure you're subscribed if you want to follow us travelling in this this vintage camper. And then over the summer we're heading back to the UK for a trip, so that'll be a little bit longer. But anyway, that's what we're doing there. And then so I'm just about to go and put the curtains up in the front, and they're just going to mount underneath there. There's the clips for them, and then they'll just hang down. So yeah, let's just do that now, and then we'll finish that off ready for the next big job. Okay, so that's the curtains. So I'm going to put a piece of Velcro up in that corner and a piece of Velcro up in that corner. I've got to repair one of the clips that's just at the top there. It's the end piece. It's broken, and I need one more runner for it, so I will get those. And then that'll just Velcro up here, so that at night time it blocks off all of the gaps. Right, so it's definitely thick enough. I do like the colour, but everything's orange, of course. Right, I'm going to leave that there for this video, and think of a few more jobs we've got to do before we get set. I've got a couple of cushions to sort out, so that's one of the next jobs. But apart from that, we're getting pretty close. So yep, see you all on the next one, and subscribe and then join us on the journeys that we do in this, and hopefully without the breakdowns. We'll see. All right, thanks for watching. See you soon.